This is Rahul and welcome to my YouTube channel One Stop Solution for Commerce. So today we are going to discuss regarding what are the various grades of crude oil that we have in the international market or in the international crude oil market. What are the various grades of crude oil that we have and which grade of crude oil is selected as the benchmark for international crude oil export or import. So which is selected as the most standard or benchmark of crude oil. So let us discuss and let us know regarding what are the various grades of crude oil that we have. So there are three grades of crude oil that we have in our international crude oil market. Number one is West Texas Intermediate. So West Texas Intermediate crude oil is produced in United States of America. Next is Brent crude. Brent crude is produced in United Kingdom. And the third is OPEC oil. From the name itself, it suggests that it is produced by OPEC countries, oil and petroleum exporting countries, under which we have Venezuela, we have Saudi Arabia, we have Qatar. So there are various countries as well. Numerous countries are there, which forms a bloc, which we call collectively it as OPEC countries. So these are the three grades of crude oil that we have presently. Now, among these three grades of crude oil, which one do we select as the standard or benchmark? We select it on the basis of two parameters. Number one is what is the sulfur content that the crude oil has. Number two, API gravity. So American Petroleum Institute gravity, API stands for. So these two contents let us discuss in details. First, OPEC. So OPEC, when we see what is the quality of OPEC as compared to Brent and West Texas Intermediate, we see its sulfur content. So the sulfur content that is there in OPEC oil is 1.77%. Now we have to know that more the percentage is, we consider it to be lesser in quality. In case of sulfur content, the crude oil can be either sweet or it can be either sour. If the crude oil is sweet, we consider it that it is better in quality. The more sweeter the crude oil is, the more better the quality it is. So the international crude oil market says that the benchmark for sulfur content should be less than 5%, half percent. It has to be less than 0.5%. So the OPEC oil, it has 1.77%. It is more in quantity. It is more in content. The sulfur content is more as compared to Brent crude. Brent crude, which is produced in United Kingdom, it has sulfur content of 0.37%. As compared to OPEC oil, Brent crude is more sweeter. Okay, it is more sweeter. Why it is more sweeter? Because the percentage is less. The percentage of sulfur content is less in Brent crude. So we can consider that from these two, among these two, Brent crude and OPEC oil, which one is more superior? Brent crude is more superior. Now the last one, which is West Texas Intermediate oil. West Texas Intermediate oil, which is produced in United States of America, it has a sulfur content of 0.24%. Now if we compare among these three grades of crude oil, we can say that the most sweetest crude oil that is available in the international market, international crude oil market, is the one which is produced by United States of America, because it has 0.24%. And since it is lesser in sulfur content, so we regard it as sweeter, and the more sweeter it is, the better the quality it is. So because of its better quality and less sulfur content, we consider the international crude oil market considers West Texas Intermediate of United States of America as the benchmark or standard for measuring or fixing the amount or value of international crude oil prices. So this is regarding the crude oil, various grades of crude oil that we have, and which is the best form of crude oil that we have currently, and which is the benchmark, that is West Texas Intermediate. Next is what is the present rate that we pay for importing crude oil. Since one thing is clear now, we import West Texas Intermediate benchmark. The price is set on the basis of West Texas Intermediate. What is its price? But what is the rate? What is the price that we pay? Present date, it is $57 per barrel. So when Indian government procures or imports crude oil, India imports 82% of its entire crude oil. India produces only 18% of the entire crude oil in India, and the remaining 82% we import from other countries. Say we maximum we import from OPEC countries. But the benchmark for pricing which is set is West Texas Intermediate. So what is the price that we pay? It is $57 per barrel. Now in my next video, I'm going to give you the details and I'm going to simplify it more, that what is the amount or value that we pay in Indian rupees. We are going to convert in Indian rupees and we are going to simplify more what is the measurement, that is 1 barrel, what does it mean. So you have to stay tuned to my coming video. Thank you, and that's all from my side.